Isn't that pretty? It also does this in the springtime. You see this mess? I don't know if you can see, it's like raining. It's raining these little blossom things that are coming off of. So we just got done raking up all the mahogany leaves, and the mahogany leaves look like this. From this, but remember they fall around March. March is about the time that they fall and make a huge mess around your house. And then the blossoms come out and they make another huge mess out of here. So it seems like you're always cleaning. Anyway, that's not what today's episode is all about. By the way, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is a project. I'm doing some project, as I always do projects around here, but it has to do with something like this. You see over my shoulder right here, this area back here, this is the grass. This is my neighbor's yard. They haven't started building yet. They haven't done anything yet with their yard, but I'm trying to make a little buffer area. So I took the bluegrass, as you remember, and I have a little buffer area to keep all this wild grass from over here from growing over and over into our fence and the vines and making a mess. So I'm working on the back side of the house. I got a hold of my other neighbor who has the lot behind us. I contacted him in the United States and I says, okay, if I do the same thing on your side as I'm doing up here, because your grass is starting to grow over the back. So that's what I'm working on today. I worked on it yesterday, and I will probably continue to work on it for the next couple of days. Well, let's go ahead and get today started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, something else you're going to have to deal with if you decide to retire in the Philippines, is you're going to have to deal with these guys. These are huge red ants, and I have a little mixture of solution here that I pick up from the local agriculture store, and I just do some spot spraying every now and then to kind of keep these guys in check, because if you don't keep these guys in check, they will literally take over your property, and they bite and they hurt. They really hurt when they bite. And so I'm going to do a little bit of this morning, then we'll go to the backyard and I'll show you what I'm working on back there. So let me show you what I've been working on back here in the backyard. Well, anyway, you know how we took all the grass from the edge of the fence all the way around and we transplanted it over on the other side so that we have kind of a buffer area, and it looks nice and clean. It prevents any of the weeds and the vines and all from growing over and making a mess of the fence. Well, we're going to do the same on the back side of our house as well. So what I started yesterday, you see this area right here, cutting up all the grass sod from here, pulling it away. It's kind of a mess right now, and we're a little premature doing this because I can't get any of the nice rice hull to put on the top of it to keep it from being muddy and also to prevent some of the weeds from growing. But I'm an optimist, and I'm an optimist meaning that I'm pretty sure that this is all going to be over within, I don't know, I'm not even going to predict how many days or months it's going to be before it's over, but I think everything's going to open back up again, and then we'll go ahead and clean all this area. But I don't want to stop from doing this. I want to go ahead and get this cleaned, and I want to get the grass planted behind the house, because rainy season starts in June and it will be great back. It'll thrive in the rainy season. Remember, bluegrass loves lots of rain. Now I've stopped to this point right here, and I'm going to continue going around this afternoon, be pulling the grass out from back here. Let me show you behind the house. I contacted the owner of the lot, who also lives in the US, and he said, yeah, it's okay to go ahead and put that the same way I did on the lot over here, which I contacted the owner of that lot, and he said, yeah, that's fine, to also put the grass on the backside. So let me show you what I've done so far. So now you can see back here, we're slowly getting some grass back here, and we'll continue doing the grass all the way to to the street out here as well. And I'll keep this area nice and clean, and the grass will propagate, and it will keep any of the vines and the weeds from growing over this portion of the fence back here. So it's kind of a dual purpose for some aesthetics and some functionality. Now let's kind of go over to this side. You see, I started this about 2 months ago. I think it's about 2 months. And it's filling in really nice. And it'll fill in even better once we start getting some good rainfall back here. I've been watering back here myself. And before we go back into the yard, I want to show you a couple other things that I did over the last couple days. I know you're probably asking yourself, James, this is so ugly. What's going on the outside of your fence back here? Well, this is what happens when you don't have a good foreman, when you don't have a good contractor who monitors the quality of the scope of the work that's supposed to be done on a day-to-day basis. And towards the end of our project, you're going to find a lot of times towards the end of a project, your contractor just doesn't care and he kind of bails out. And a lot of things happen just like this right here. As you saw what happened in the final days, weeks, and the last few months of the build here at Villa Feliz. So this was just, there was some soil pushed up against the wall back here, and they weren't able to complete the rendering because they didn't take the time to just take a shovel and move it off of the concrete hollow blocks and finish this off like it's supposed to be done properly. Now, good for us, this is on the backside of the fence. Nobody really sees this until my neighbor finally moves in, and then it needs to be cleaned up back here. And either I'll do that, or my neighbor, when they're building their house, they'll just throw a little bit more of the concrete rendering on there, smooth it down. I have the paint, and we can finish it off with the same color paint if he wants to keep this area back here the same color. Anyway, let's go back inside the yard. I want to show you a few things that I worked on yesterday and the day before in the yard. Now, if you've been following the raised bed garden saga over the last few videos that I've produced here, you probably noticed that it looks a little bit different back here. It looks a little bit empty, and the reason it's empty is because I did some shifting around of some of the plants back here. Not that I was bored, but I had been wanting to do this. I just had to pick the right time, wait for the right time for the maturity of the seedling before I put it out. So if you noticed, there used to be over here, there used to be 2 mango trees. There was a pico mango over here, a grafted pico mango. It's a very small dwarf variety. And there was a traditional mango, one of the huge ones that if we planted in the backyard, in the ground, it would take over the entire backyard, and I couldn't have anything else back here. So we kept it inside a bag to restrict the root growth. And I'll show you where I put those. Also, there was 3 these date palms right here. Now there's only 1 left back here, and I'll show you what I did with those. Those are actually from seeds that I received from one of our subscribers over in the UAE. His name is Muhammad. He has some property way up to the north, and when he every year at Christmas time, he sends a big box of dates for ourselves here, and we give out to some of the folks inside the community. They love dates around here. So anyway, let me show you where I put some of these plants. You kind of remember I reserved this area. This area is going to be like a pond. It's going to be a fish pond, but I want some palm trees in this area along with the fish pond. We'll just build around the root base, and we'll put some concrete inside there, or we'll put some PVC liner in there. Anyway, I have this palm. Remember, we picked up this palm from Edgar over in Rosario, and it's doing really good. It's taken off really well. But what I did is, on a couple of the date palms, I put them here. They're really close together, and they get pretty big, but I'm hoping that we can make this like a little area right here. We're gonna have water flow through here, and we're gonna have the palms on both sides surrounding this little area for the fish to be able to go around. So we have these, and they're doing really good. I'm really happy with these date palms. Very, very healthy. And let me show you what I did with the 2 mango trees that I had back here. What we'll do is we'll step back here on the patio. Today's a nostalgia day. We're playing, I got some old Benny Goodman and Glenn Miller, some of the big band stuff playing on the yard speakers back here, and Nessa's inside listening, I think, an old Humphrey Bogart movie. It's just, we're feeling the nostalgia. So anyway, if you look back over here, here is that huge, this is a huge mango, and I put it in the big pot back here, and it will continue to restrain the amount of growth that it will do, and we'll continue to do some aggressive pruning on that. I think it will make a neat porch plant here, as well as the Pico mango back here. Now I have to do something. This is a very small, like a dwarf variety, and it's in a graft condition. You can see it was grafted here from two different root stocks, the original rootstock and a rootstock probably from the Pico plant itself. I think it had a traditional, I'm going to say this is the graft since this is a smaller one over here. But I don't have any of the, you should have 3 or 4 branches off of it, like this one. If you see this, this is the perfect configuration. You can see it has, I don't know if you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, and back on the other side is 4. And I cut this off here in the center piece right here. So you should have 3 or 4 branches that go out. Now this has none, so I'm wondering if I cut this one, maybe at this point right here, if I can get it to start branching out. We'll keep an eye on this one. But what I had here before, over here, I used to have lemongrass, and it was making a mess. It was just taking up so much room over here. And over here, we had the mandarin. Remember the mandarin orange? Well, I decided to go ahead and put the mandarin orange in the ground over here. It's kind of close to the house, but this is a bed. This is going to be my flower bed over here. So I'm hoping, this is my goal, this will grow to a point and will branch out a little bit. I'll be able to pick some mandarins from the back porch right here on this plant right here. Now I also transplanted one other plant, where this mandarin is. I pulled the plant that was out of there, which is a lime tree, and I took the lime tree and I put it over here by the raised bed. So I have a lime tree here, and I can't remember what this is, and it doesn't, let's see, you can't read anymore. It was on, I have to go back to my map, but I think this is it's a citrus. I'm really not sure what kind of citrus, and it's doing really good, especially after I put down some of the cow manure that Dave and Emily dropped off last month. All right, well, I'm going to close for today, but before I close, I have an interesting story, and I need your help. I need your help. I need your help, especially the people from right here in this barangay. For those of you who are watching this video, I've been through a lot. We've been through a lot in 2020. We've been through a volcano. We have been through, and still are going through, COVID-19, the coronavirus episode where we're in a quarantine lockdown. And to top that off, I was invaded yesterday. It was like from the sky coming down and invading me. It was like I was under attack. And what was I under attack by? I'll show you. I was under attack by the killer kite. I don't know where this came from. It flew, it crashed over the top of my house. I was working in the backyard and it crashed almost right on top of me. It was like an attack drone from the sky. Now I know what this is. This is somebody's really cool kite here. And what I want to do, I'm hoping somebody in the barangay, it was done, it was built really nice here. And I want somebody from the barangay to tell me who this belongs to, because it probably belongs to one of the children in our community. And I have it here. It's safe and sound. Let the guards know at the front gate, and we'll go ahead and return this. So it's sitting here safe and sound. Just let me know who this belongs to. So that is our final story for today. Let's find the home so that this child or his family can have some more fun with this wonderful kite over here. Just be careful when you're flying it around here. We have lots of coconut trees, and these coconut trees seem to suck up these kites like crazy. I've already seen about 4 or 5 of them caught in the trees here. Now we have a great episode coming up. I think it'll probably be the next episode. I think you're going to really find it enjoyable, and it has something to do with bananas. Everybody's always asking about bananas around here. Well, we got a great episode that we're going to put together for that. So look forward to that episode. Now, if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a paws up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you're interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.